Hi everyone, Shannon here with Mixed Media Minnesota. Welcome to my video. Happy New Year's. I hope you woke up to the beginnings of a great year for you. Today we are going to do our week 1 project for our Inspired by Weekly Challenge. And this week's project is inspired by Brenda on YouTube. I will share her link below in the description box. So thank you for your inspiration, Brenda. We are making her floating envelope pocket, and on her channel she has a couple different variations of this. We're just gonna make one. I invite you to hop over on her channel, watch the video, and there's multiple ways you can do it, and she has a great video up. So we're gonna start with a normal regular sized 4 inches wide by 9.5 inches tall envelope. I pulled out a couple pieces of our Bird and Mushroom, Mixed Media Minnesota's Bird and Mushroom Digital, and a piece of coffee dyed paper, and a bunch of other things around here. So the first thing we need to do is grab me my glue book here, pull this sticker off of the back of this, and I'm going to carefully try to glue without closing the pocket. So I think I'll just put a little bit of glue on the edges here, on the top and on the bottom, and then just run my glue on this part so that I don't close that side up here. Hopefully we got it here. Okay, we're just gonna close that envelope up. I got extra glue there, didn't have to be on the edge there, but okay. Alright, and then we are going to cut this. You can cut this to any size, however tall you would like your pocket to be. I am, Brenda cut hers in half, I believe, at 4 3/4. So I'm just going to eyeball this here, and I'm going to say, I'm going to cut it right there. Okay, so hopefully we didn't glue our pocket shut. Nope, all good. Check this side, because we're going to use this side for our pocket on here, up some more pockets. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cover these first. Well, how we do this is a floating pocket. So we'll have a pocket on the front, a pocket on the back, and a pocket on the top, and we'll decorate it and fill the pockets up and then paper clip it in on a page in your journal. And this one actually is going to have, it could have a double pocket on one side. I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to pop that. No, because we need to cover these first. Let's go ahead and cover them. This is going to be our pockets. We're going to fold it in half and form our small pocket on the front and back. So I'm going to go ahead and measure how big these are. Obviously they're 4 inches wide by, we're going to go 4 by 5 for this one. Then we have a little bit of a border. So we got to pick out which digitals or which page we wanted to use. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the flower one with this, or let's see, maybe should we do the bird one? Let's do the birds. I think let's do the birds. Okay, so I'm just going to use my tear ruler and I'm going to tear these. Okay, I'm not that great at tearing. I have to remember to use my guide on my mat here, then I can try to get it straight. Oh yeah, I'll try. Try is a good word. Okay. I'm doing this backwards again? I don't know. We're just gonna wing it. There. Okay. It's not straight, but it'll work. Okay, we're gonna take the top off of here. Okay, and now, let's see, I said 5 inches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's lines on here, so I can cheat a little bit. It goes right on this line. And 4 this way, and now I didn't even think that through. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cut that birdie's face off. So I have to take a little bit off this side. because I want those to be on the top of the pocket. So, okay, now we can measure 4. May have been easier if I would have just cut this with my paper cutter, but that's okay. I'm going to go in a tiny bit so we have a little bit of a border of our envelope. Okay, so, and I still have to go a little bit smaller here. And actually that won't matter because the pocket's going to be down there anyways. So we're going to have the front like with that. Now on the back, should we try and do some mushrooms? Why not? Okay. So, let's see. So how wide? We've got to go. And the bottom of the pocket will be here. So if we see that little birdie, that's okay. Okay, and then let's just set it on here. It's a little narrower than the front, but that's okay. And, okay, so I'll take a smidge off the bottom, so I want that mushroom not to be cut off on the top. It's going to be anyways a little bit, but okay. Let's set that aside. Grab my glue book, and this one's all icky. Don't want that little ink crumblies all over here. Okay, and you could stitch around these. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna. Well, maybe I will. We'll see. Oh man, are you serious? It happens. It's okay. Make sure that we put this the right way on here. Just adds extra texture. So that's what we were going for, right? I probably will stitch around at least the, obviously the 3 sides. I can't on the top or it won't be a pocket anymore. Okay, let's get these birdies on here. So I hope some of you are inspired to join the challenge, and our channels can grow. If you have a channel, go ahead and share the video, share the links, and share Brenda's link and yours and mine. And if you don't have a channel or anything, I hope you're inspired to create. This glue is like almost fuzzy. Oh man, I'm gonna be a sticky mess. Okay, back to it here. I'm going to punch the top out of this, and I'm just going to eyeball that the center. Okay, now we need to go ahead, and I'm going to use my walnut stain distress oxide and just ink it, the edges of that, so we don't forget. If I don't do it right away, I'll forget. I think I am gonna stitch around them. When I use my glue stick, I like to stitch around them so it doesn't come up. So I hope you guys had a good Christmas. Santa was good to you, got to spend time with your family. Okay, so we still have a pocket there. Okay, now we're going to cover our glue up here. Okay, so now this here side is closed, and I'm going to leave that closed, so we just have one pocket on that side, and then I'm going to pop this once we get it on there. I just want to make sure and see where I want this to be at, because it doesn't have to be exactly in half. You know, one can be shorter and one can be taller. So we'll probably just end up by going in half. Let's see, maybe I should have paid attention on this side. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and cover this. And now we have to think, if it's directional, paper that we put on here, when we flip it up, the back pocket is going to be upside down. So I don't want to use something directional, but maybe a complete different, or you know what, we could do, this on this side, you know, on the top. If I just cover that bird. Let's go ahead and glue that on there. We can fill the bottom. We can fill the bottom of that with another piece of the scrap that we cut off of there. Okay, make sure we have the top here. Okay, so this side for this. Okay, now on this part on the bottom, let's see. We're going to decorate this, so it's okay if these lines they're very faint in the background of it anyways. You know, these lines in there, I don't even know if you can see them. There's like a notebook line print in the back. Okay, let's just get this the right width. Okay, I'm going to glue that on there, and then we'll fold it over and see, and then I might add some lace or something on the, you know, where they meet. Some trim or something. We'll decide. It depends on where it's going to fold exactly. Go ahead and actually I'm going to, this is the double one. This will be the double pocket here. It's kind of bummer because now it's going to clip in that mushroom, but that's okay. We'll still see what it is. Just eyeball the center and take just a little tiny snip out of that. You could cut the end of this and have a double pocket on the back as well if you wanted to. Okay, so let's see. We want to cover, I don't want to go too low on it because I want to see the, you know, that it's a mushroom. So we're going to cover this side up to about right there. And so I am just going to flip this over, get it straight, and go ahead and fold that in half right on it. And I think that's going to be right where our crease is. That's what it looks like. It is. So we don't even have to do anything on the end. I'm just going to ink it. And when we stitch around it, it won't peel up then. Okay, so we can put this in out of the way here. Okay, so for now I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to glue, let's see, up this side. And I probably shouldn't have used that much glue because I want to stitch it, but we'll just have to let it dry for a little while so it doesn't gum up the needle on my sewing machine. Okay, and I'm getting glue all over everything here. Okay. I'm gonna glue up, I'll just go on here. It's just a little bit. And then glue these two sides a little bit. Hold that for a couple seconds. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we're going to create, while this sits here for a second, I'm just going to clamp these and set that aside. We're going to use our a tag and a piece of coffee dyed paper here. And I'm just going to quickly cut one out and decide which one do we want to use. Let's see, I do like we could use the birds or the mushrooms, but I think I'm going to use the matching birds here. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one out. I'm going to back it on coffee dyed paper. This is just on thin copy paper is probably what it's printed on. It feels like glossy paper maybe. I'm not sure what that's printed on. I can't cut straight with the scissors. But we can just ink the edges of it, and then you can't see the white. Anyways, now I want to check and make sure and see how this is going to fit in there. And with the clamps, probably not going to work. Let's see. Okay, so that's about perfect. That's about how much I want it to stick out of the top. So we're going to go ahead, and I think that's fine now. Okay, go ahead and grab our glue book, and we're going to stitch around this tag too. So. Let's see here, what did I do with my little card? There it is. Okay, again, we're going to trim around the tag. I'm not going to decorate the tag. We're just going to stitch around it, put a top on it, and then, I mean, it can be decorated. I'm not going to. This one. And then when we top it, let's see here, we're going to need, punch our hole in there. Okay, work with me here. Doesn't want to open. There we go. So I'm just going to, let's see, eyeball the center here. We're going to put an eyelet in there. Let's see, I think I want to use a black one. Okay, give that a squeeze. Okay. Set that aside. Okay, now we want to ink the edges of our tag. And when we stitch it and stuff, it'll flatten out. Don't forget about the back, and that kind of did that a little wonky, but it's okay. Okay, so I have some crinkled seam binding here, and I think I want it doubled, you know, for the topper. I'm going to put it in there and I can take it out when I stitch around it, just so we can see. Hopefully I can get them both through there. My chubby little fingers don't always like to do that. I might, when I put it back on there, I might only do one. Yeah, I'm probably going to do one. Okay. But for now, we're going to leave that on there. Okay, so now, let's see. I'll put that under a book or something after I stitch it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of our, I'm just going to rip that off right now, piece of our coffee dyed paper, and we are going to trim that, make a little strip here. And I'm still not happy with the thickness of this, so I think I might add another layer. Let's see, would it be goofy if I just did another layer of this? I think it would be okay. I'm just trying to make this a little thicker, is what I'm trying to do. And this is going to be our little label that we're going to hang from our tie on the top. I'm going to make this a little bit narrower. Try and make it straight, I guess. Okay. And I pulled out the word grow. And we're going to use our black Stays On ink. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, this side is trimmed a little bit. The more I look at it, the more crooked it looks. We're going to call that good. Okay, so I have just this little tiny hole punch here. And we're just going to put a little hole in there, and that's off to one side too, but it's okay. Okay, so I want to ink the edges of this with the walnut stain. And we possibly can take some off the bottom too, but I want to stamp on it first and see where that's going to line up. Okay, so Brenda had labels that went up and down. I know there's lots of them you can purchase on Etsy, digitals. I don't have any right now. I'll have to find some. But this works. And then I'm using something that I haven't used in a long time, so that's good. Okay, we're going to set those aside. I believe I just got these a long time ago, maybe like even the dollar store or something. Okay, we're done with that. I'm going to trim the bottom a little bit. Okay, re-ink that. And then I just have I picked out a bulb pin, but I want to switch the color to black because I used a black eyelet. And so then we will hang this through our tie up here, if I can get it through there. Okay, and then once we stitch around that, that's all I'm going to do with the tag. So that's going to go in our big pocket. and then that hangs over like that. Okay. So, and then in this pocket, I just pulled them out here, a bunch of some of the ephemera that I thought would work to put in there. So let's see here. I'm not so sure about that one, but maybe this one. Let's see. We can decorate the bottom here yet. And I'll ink around the ephemera here too. We have 2 pockets in here, so something taller in the back of this one. Oh goodness, I hope I didn't glue that shut. Okay. Maybe that one in there. I wonder if that's going to be too big if we put that in there. Something like that works in there. And I'll ink around those and you can journal on the back of them. Now I think that nest is too bright of colors for that. On the front here, I don't, you know, we have the mushroom on there, so maybe just the label or stamp or something. Let's see here. Can you guys hear that? My puppy is snoring by my feet. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's cute. Let's see, is there a stamp with a mushroom? That would be cool. I don't know that I have any mushroom stamps though. Cute little bunny. A squirrel. A deer. I think I like this one. We'll just the edges. And use our art glitter glue. It really doesn't even need a decoration on it. Another option would be to stamp on it. So I want to try and use my stamps a little bit more. I have tons of them. It's like I was collecting them and never using them. Let's go ahead and ink these really quick. So you can journal on the back of all of them. Or you could use them, you know, anywhere else that you decide in your journal. Go ahead and ink around these as long as we have that out. I think these are like out of Tim Holtz ephemera packs or something. I know this one is. I think this one might be. Oops, we got one more here. Okay, the flowers, I don't really care for the flowers now. If we would have chosen the pink flower page over there, maybe. Let's see, do we want some, maybe I have some like tan colored flowers or something. Like this one maybe would work. I think so. My think I like the round, or those ones. I'm just going to put that right on there. I love using labels. If you need a spot to just fill something, it works. And we'll add our flower here. It's going to ink a little bit darker on the edge here. The bottom. It's holding pretty good, but I do think I'm going to go and put a stitch around these 3 sides and stitch around the tag, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have stitched around the pocket. I just did around the 3 sides here. And we're going to go ahead and trim the string off that. Okay, and then I stitched around the tag as well, so we need to trim the strings off of that. I just used green, to be honest with you, before I didn't even pay attention, and that's what was in my sewing machine, and I thought, well, it worked anyways. We have the green and the flowers here and stuff too. So I'm only going to add 1 piece of this in there. I think 2 was just a little bit too much. So we're going to put this back together. Okay, yeah, I like the look of 1 a little better than 2 on this size tag anyways. Okay, gotta get a little ink around that. Okay, we'll put our bulb pin back in here, and we will attach that to our seam binding. Okay, so then that goes in this pocket. I don't like that it covers that bird's face up, so I'm going to try and turn it. I mean, I could just turn the tag around as well, but to me it feels like this is the front. So I'm just going to try and see if I can angle it a little different in here. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Okay, now how did we have this? I don't remember what we had where. Doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. This was our double. We have this back here, I think. And then this is our double side. Okay, we had that in there. And that in there. So there we have it. There is our, what did she call it? I have to remember, our floating pocket envelope. And that is inspired by Brenda Linstam. As I said, I will link her video below. Hop over there and check her out. Tell her I sent you over there and tell her I said hi. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you make one. And I hope you join the challenge, whether you have a channel or you just want to craft and be inspired. It's a great way to build up your stash and find new channels and that kind of thing. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your New Year's, and we will see you in the next video.